Yes, it is true that our main focus will be on the actual. Remember, actual is what has already been done. Actual is what has already been done. This is the confirmation of what has been done. And you know, as we have already given here, for someone in your presentation, in the committee where you're presenting your audience, for someone who understands that our focus is on actual, will already pinpoint and tell you that actually we've run on a deficit of 120. That person will be comfortable because they shall have already understood. But what of those people who do not have that knowledge of interpreting your output here? Remember, this is part of your presentation. This is part of your report. But is it enough to leave it at this point? Someone who does not know where to focus on will not understand that my focus should be on this one, 120, which is our actual deficit. So to make that person understand, it is good upon you to go ahead and give that summary. And the summary we are giving here for presentation, we are calling it reconciliation. We go ahead and do what we call a reconciliation statement, so that you put everything together for your audience to understand it best. And when we are doing reconciliation, we just bring the level of precision. And the level of precision, our figures are in billions like that. And I want us just to come up with, we're just doing 2 columns. And I don't have to, in fact, I don't have to draw any table there. Let me just go ahead first. So what are we comparing? Now, I want us to start from the final figures we have. Remember, in our final budget, we realized there is a surplus of 400. There is a surplus of 400. So we want to compare the surplus of 400 against the variances. Remember, we have a surplus on the final budget of 400 billion. And then the first thing we did was to get us a variance. How did we get the variance? Remember, we were comparing the final budget against the actual. Final against the actual. Yes, we already know that in our actual budget, we have a deficit of 120. But what we want to do is to do a presentation to make somebody really understand what we mean by the variances and how we will arrive at the final 120 billion, which is a deficit, so that they understand how it comes about.